The 50th anniversary of Pink Floyd's masterpiece The Dark Side of the Moon is upon us. The legendary album, celebrated by fans and critics alike, ingrained as one of the most commercially successful albums of all time, has truly stood the test of time. It's without a doubt one of the most important and relatable records of the 20th century, touching upon everything that makes us human. Nope, not if you ask Roger Waters. To commemorate this historic anniversary, he has decided to re-record the entire album without his former bandmates. Why? Waters said in an interview with The Telegraph, "Because not enough people recognize what it's about, what it was I was saying then. I wrote The Dark Side of the Moon. Of course we were a band, there were 4 of us, we all contributed, but it's my project, and I wrote it." In the meantime, Pink Floyd had this to say.
And March 2023 marks the 50th anniversary since the release of our album, The Dark Side of the Moon. Pink Floyd has had a history of collaborating with up-and-coming filmmakers, which is why we would like to invite animators of all styles to enter a competition to create a music video for any song on the album, a chance to innovate and present a fresh visual interpretation to the music on the album.
So here we have Nick Mason saying that in commemoration of the anniversary they are going to celebrate art by letting their songs be interpreted and visualized by the listener, so that the music can live on and the songs can have new meanings. And we have Roger Waters saying that he's going to re-record the entire album because he wrote Dark Side of the Moon, that it's his project and people didn't get it at the time. I was amazed by these vastly different ways of looking at things, and I felt like giving my 2 cents on the topic. I mean, has Roger Waters lost his mind? Talk about putting the final nail in his coffin and tainting his legacy. As an artist, and especially after all those f***ing album sales, shouldn't he know by now that the greatest art is always in the eyes, or in this case ears, of the beholder? How many memorable movies or records are there really that try to shove their message down your throat? Great art is almost exclusively the one where we get to make up our own interpretation of what it all means. In any case, about The Dark Side of the Moon, it seems that Roger Waters is choosing the former, and he supposedly already recorded spoken word parts over the album's instrumentals. It makes me wonder if his spoken word poems will be able to convey the same emotion as Claire Torrey does on The Great Gig in the Sky, without her singing a single word. I doubt it. Now, there's no denying that Roger Waters is in fact a genius, and I'm very grateful for his life's work. Without him, we wouldn't have the holy trinity of Darkside, Wish You Were Here and Animals, nor the slightly more obscure but nonetheless amazing earlier albums. But I really think he went way too far on this one, saying that his music wasn't properly understood. Let's put that into context. J.R.R. Tolkien, the writer of Lord of the Rings, famously was against his story being viewed as an allegory for whatever thing, whether nuclear energy, war, or the resurrection of Christ. He instead was insisting that his stories are meant for what he called applicability. Basically, we experience great art in relation to our own life experiences and attach our own meanings to the work. That is what makes it impactful. That is what makes it last. It's the kind of art that truly stands the test of time, to which every new generation keeps coming back, not because it was trying to say something about any specific thing, but because it has an applicability, a humanity that we all connect to. The Dark Side of the Moon is such an art. It is a timeless album. We all know this, probably even Roger knows it, and no re-recording trying to convey its true meaning will be able to change history or its legacy. But that's just my 2 cents. Do you agree with me? Disagree? Let me know in the comments.